Welcome back to the Horrifically Queer YouTube channel, where we do Halloween horror and gay shit. And mostly cooking for some reason. Just kidding, I know the reason. It's because that's the part of it that I enjoy the most, is the cooking part. Anyways, today we're going to be making some apple pie cream cheese Danishes. Step one of, I also did my nails. I don't know if you can see them from that far away. I'll put a picture in there. They got little pumpkins. They're like little vampire fangs. And then the thumbs have little polka dots, although I ruined one of the thumbs and I'm not going to go fix it. Okay, step one. We're going to peel and dice up our apples. So, potato peeler. If you're not peeling things with a potato peeler, why do you own a potato peeler? And then big boy knife. Step one, potato peel. Yeah, I'm sure you can totally keep the peels in, but I want these to cook down a little bit more, and I know that the skin is going to be a little bit rougher, and I don't want that texture. But I'm also trying to like be as delicate as possible, because I know the harder I push on these, the more flesh of the apple they'll take off. So we're being very gentle. What have you been up to? I have, been procrastinating everything. We got home from Pride, and then I've just been exhausted ever since. And trying to catch up on all of the shit that I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, while you're peeling your apples, or maybe even before you're peeling your apples, we gotta preheat the oven to 350 and softened some cream cheese and some puff pastry. So I have my puff pastry, it's over here. It's been softening, so now it's really nice and soft, which is gonna be great because I'm gonna roll it out a little bit thinner because I am not a crust boy. So I'm gonna make them a little bit thin because the recipe that I followed, well, okay, technically it was a TikTok video that I had to scroll through the comments to find out the ingredients and then also just make some shit up. But they cut the puff pastry into 4 pieces. I'm gonna cut it into at least 10. I'd rather have mini ones than have only 4, especially because I'm sure most of these are gonna get eaten tomorrow, and I think they're gonna taste better if they're smaller. Having cooked them today, I think they're just gonna last a little bit longer if they're smaller. And if I'm wrong, I'm sure I'll find out tomorrow. So what usually happens is I bake all of these things and then convince my husband to take them to work to give to his coworkers. It's a great way to make sure that we don't have a fuck ton of sweet food in our house. Wow, peeling apples takes a long time. Almost there. Okay, that's enough of that. Set those guys off to the side and throw away these apple peels. I remember growing up, just about like every fall, my grandparents would make, they make applesauce like every year, and when we lived there, we would help make the applesauce, and if we were visiting at that time. Sometimes it's in the summer, sometimes it's in the fall, like Thanksgiving weekend type of a thing. And if you're there, you're helping out. And one of the best parts about helping out is that you could just eat the apple peels. I don't know why that was so cool, but man, I did it a lot. Okay, taking out the little core of the apple. It's okay if your apple breaks while you're coring it. We're cutting it into much smaller pieces in a second. I'm thinking that I am gonna modify the channel a little bit so it's much more baking videos, and I'm still gonna have talk about media and different horror, queer, and Halloween things, but I'm just gonna do it while I'm cooking. So then you get an even more chaotic version of the plot and my thoughts and feelings and themes that I understood from whatever the piece of media is, because I'm gonna have to do it while cooking. Very fun multitasking. I'm hoping it leads to some chaoticness, because I think that's just gonna be a little bit fun, and then rewatching these and then watching whatever piece of media it is and being like, wow, that's a horrible description. I get joy out of that. Okay, all of our apples are cored. Clean up this hot mess. And now we're just gonna go to town, dicing these bitches up. I'm gonna do pretty small pieces because I want the chunks on the individual Danishes to be very small. we listened to Kesha's new album. It fucking rocks. Okay, I didn't know that I was gonna love it so much, but Attention with, oh fuck, Jade, with Jade, fucking a beautiful song, and Yippee-Ki-Yay with T-Pain. I did not think I was gonna like the version with the other artists more than the original, but they are wonderful. My favorite album that has like lots of collabs on it is it Stick Season? One of Noah Kahan's newer albums, Stick Season. I think he has a collab for every single one of the songs, and my favorite thing about it is most of the versions of the songs that are the collabs are like such different vibes than the one when he's just singing alone, and so it's like you get two different songs. It's fucking wonderful. Done the apples. I watched way too much TikTok. Wait. Honey, we need to figure this out. It's bad. I should delete it, but it's also like, but I'm also using it, and I'm using it for business stuff, so I don't want to delete it. It's not like it's doing anything bad for my mental health. It's just really ruining, or really aiding and abetting my procrastination skills. Hi, Figgy. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, 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 chop away. Sometimes what I do with these cooking videos is I just start recording, because it's like, oh no, the camera's recording, now I have to do the video, and that's how I get myself started. That's how I get out of my little, I can't do this funk, because I love the fuck out of these, right? But at the same time, I will do everything in my power to procrastinate doing them, and then, you know, hate myself for it. So, right. Okay, we're calling this mess that I've made good. Okay, right now I got a pan on the stove, and I'm gonna start by chucking all this into the pan. Into the pan it goes. Okay, we got our apples in a pan on a stove. We're gonna put it on like a medium-high heat. Well, I'm about halfway, so I'm at a good medium. And to this, we're going to add a half a cup of brown sugar, and a third of a cup of white sugar, and a third of a cup of water. And now we add some spices. Okay, we need cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. We need, I believe, a teaspoon of each. A teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of vanilla. And I am going to add in a little salt, some Himalayan pink salt, just because salt helps. 1, 2, okay. And now we're gonna cook all of that until our apple slices are nice and tender. Okay, while our apple mixture is cooking, we're gonna stir it. It's starting to boil, so I'm gonna turn the heat down now. Just to, like, between medium and low, and then I'm gonna get my cream cheese mixture ready. So, for the cream cheese mixture, we need an 8-ounce container of cream cheese, softened. I did my classic strategy where I forget to take it out of the fridge and soften it, and instead take it out and throw it in a bowl of warm water and let it sit there for a good few minutes. And now it is perfectly soft. So soft. To my 8 ounces of cream cheese, I'm going to add a fourth of a cup of sugar. We may have to add more. We'll see how it tastes, what the vibes are. We don't want it to be overwhelmingly sweet. Fourth a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and then we're gonna do a fourth of a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, just to help continue with those warming spices. There we go. And we're gonna blend this all up with a little hand mixer. There we go. Taste test. Oh, so yummy. How our apples are doing back here. Let me give them a stir. They're very liquidy, so I think we're actually going to turn the heat back up and try to get some of that liquid out. Well, I just dropped that apple slice on the ground. Holy fuck. Those taste so good. They're not quite soft enough yet. I mean, they are cooking in the oven, so it's not like a super big deal, but we're gonna just try to boil a good chunk of that liquid out right now. While that's all boiling, we can get our puff pastry ready. Got my sheet pan. Line your sheet pan with parchment paper, or if you're me and you for some reason decide to never buy parchment paper, line it with aluminum foil. We're gonna do 2 layers of aluminum foil so we can really cover those edges. Oh well. Hi, puppy. Okay, we have our puff pastry, our nice and soft, fluffy puff pastry. I am going to roll it out. I want it to be extra thin. Might as well just roll it out on the pan and not make any more dishes for myself. Okay, well, it turns out the pan is actually much smaller than my rolling pin. I'm just gonna thin it out. Will this ruin the layers? I don't think so. And if it does, you'll find out at the end of this video. Or maybe I will have edited in here in the top corner whether or not this fucked up everything. Okay, I've got it pretty thin, so now I can unwrap my beautiful puff pastry. I don't know what the fuck any of this shit's called anymore. Plop this fucker down. Grab a little knife. I'm gonna use the back of a butter knife because I don't want to cut through my aluminum foil. Okay, whatever's going on in the pan right now looks delicious. I currently have it on high just to try to boil a lot of that liquid out, or at least turn some of that liquid into like a caramel, because I don't want it just being so fucking liquidy when I bake it. I mean, they say never ever bake a pie with raw fruit in it or uncooked fruit in it because it's so watery, you'll just ruin your whole pie. Okay, we said we're gonna attempt for tenths. So, okay. Rolled out, I think I can cut it in thirds, so I think I can get more than tenths. These might be really small, we're gonna see. Okay, thirds. That's like half. Okay, I got 12ths. I cut it in thirds and then in fourths. So now I have 12 beautiful pieces, And I am going to just try to spread them out a little bit. I did not cut them deep enough with the back of my butter knife. That's fine though. Nothing going over it again can't fix. I don't care how many pieces you make, do whatever you want. I don't think it's a big deal. Although we may have to put some of these on a second tray, just to make sure we have enough room on the pan. Some of them will go in the oven later. We'll start with half. Okay. Spread these guys out. I did not cut these even a little bit. And then we're going to make a inner square in these guys. I wouldn't cut all the way through, make it just like a little dent of another square. It helps it know what parts to puff up and what parts it doesn't, like aren't attached to it, so that when it does puff up, it doesn't spill its guts everywhere. Okay, we've boiled most of the liquid out of our apple mixture, so I've just turned the heat off, so then we can get ready to cook these bitches. Some of these are none of these are the same size. If we were going for uniformity, it's not happening. Okay, we've cut them. They look gorgeous. Now we're going to assemble. I don't know what that thing was used for. Okay, step 1. Nope, I don't know what step this is. I'm gonna add a dollop of cream cheese to the middle of the square, push it down, and just repeat that. Cream cheese dollop. This is the most heavenly smell. Somehow I just really love the smell of apples. It's okay to go heavy on whipped cream, on cream cheese. We're trying to, we made all of it, so we might as well use it. I know about cuckoo bananas, or else it would be unbearable to eat. But it's okay to go above. Beautiful. Keep eating. It's fine. Okay, cream cheese, cream. Time for our apple. I got myself a little scoop. I'm just gonna scoop a scoop and just plop her on top. Oh, this looks divine. I don't know if this is gonna work because there's still a lot of liquid in here. Half the liquid is caramel, the other half the liquid is liquid. Hopefully it works out. Okay, perfect. One final step. Get yourself an egg, and we're just gonna do a little egg wash. And all you gotta do for an egg wash, crack an egg into a bowl, whisk it up, that's it. Egg cracked, little egg, perfectly whisked. You don't need to add anything to this, you can add water, but that's like the max of things to add to it. Grab yourself a little basting brush, pastry brush, whatever the fuck this is called. Dunk it in your egg, and just brush the egg slop on the exposed puff pastry. I don't know if I've ever had an egg wash really turn out beautiful, but as long as it doesn't turn out like scrambled eggs, it's gonna be perfect. Probably was supposed to add water to this. Oh well, doesn't matter. Beautiful egg wash. That one's really liquidy. Who knows if it'll work. Okay, we've got our 6 Danishes ready to go, and now we're gonna pop them in the oven for 30 minutes. Time for an icing. All you need for an icing, very, very basic. You just need vanilla, powdered sugar, and some milk. But I'm gonna add in a splash of this creamer because it is honey cinnamon vanilla flavored creamer. And I think that that just sounds like it's gonna make this taste amazing. A half a cup of powdered sugar. We may have to do more, we'll see. Half a cup of powdered sugar. Oh, it's a full cup. We're gonna do a full cup. I feel like we're gonna have extra. Oh, fucking wow. Full cup of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla. Delicious. A 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream. So I'm gonna eyeball it because I don't care enough. Like an 1/8 of the creamer and an 1/8 of our oat milk. And then we just gotta stir that up with a spoon. Well, We're gonna use a spatula actually. This is the spatula from the apples. It's all going in the same place. I'm using the spatula to kind of try to like press out some of these lumps from the powdered sugar. Maybe I should have used a sieve. Oh well. Taste test. Delightful. And now all we have to do is wait for those to finish cooking. Okay, we just got these beautiful bad boys out of the oven. I let them cool down, and now they're ready for eating. I got our icing right here. I'm just gonna do a drizzle. Drizzle it on top of all of them. Oh, these look so good. This made my whole house smell literally amazing. Best smell ever. Highly recommend for the smell alone. It's quite literally heavenly. Let's do a taste test. I'm gonna take this small one right here. So they're not super fluffy. Obviously, I think it's because I rolled them out. If you want them fluffier, don't roll them out. Those are so good. There's a little bit of tartness from the cream cheese. So much fall sweetness from the apples. I could just eat the apples by themselves. That's so yummy. A lovely crunch from the puff pastry that I rolled super thin. Literally, these are awesome. Absolutely 10 out of 10. So wonderful. So fall. Makes me feel warm and cozy inside, even though it's like 100 degrees outside. Absolutely delicious. Anyways, if you like this recipe or make this recipe, let me know in the comments how it went. Like and subscribe, share us with your friends, tell me what I should make next that reminds you of fall or of Halloween. Thank you so much for watching. Fuck.